for someone that has been shooting for a long time, that's the one thing I did notice, and I'm not exactly sure if it's because I used it in high-speed sync with the regular reflector, we used it with the CTO. Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're gonna be shooting with the new Godox AD300 Pro II. This one just arrived yesterday, actually. We wanted to do it with very harsh lighting conditions because that's what this is for. It's a little bit more powerful than the AD200. Today, it seems like it's gonna be either raining or overcast for the most part. So I'm not exactly sure if we're gonna need all the power that it has, but we're gonna go and test that out nonetheless, just to kind of get a feel for it. Hopefully it doesn't start, really coming down and really raining. So if it does, we do have some umbrellas that we're gonna use. But today we're gonna pair it with the X3 Pro. Most of the day I'm gonna be shooting with the 35-150. I have the Sony A7V, the new one, the Sony A7V. So this just came in a couple of weeks ago as well. That's pretty much it. AD300 Pro II. Obviously 300 watts of power, 350 full power pops out of it. So it should be more than enough for what we need today. I did buy the little dome and the little grid on Amazon to test it out. I also ordered the Bowens mount adapter. So I'm gonna test it out with the Magmod XL kit that I have. And I'm gonna see, which is better. Is it the Godox that's proprietary to this, or is the Magmod XL? But that's gonna be in a different video because it's on the way. I think it comes tomorrow or the day after. But today we're just gonna test it out, the unit just as it is, see how much power we can get out of it, see the recycling time. I already shut off the recycling beep, so every time it clicks, it beeps. The reason I do that is if we're shooting in the ceremony room, I don't want this to be beeping because obviously that's gonna be distracting to everybody. If you're working in a studio, that's different. You leave it on so you know when it's recycled. But for us, we shut that off so that way it's not disturbing anybody as we're shooting. So yeah, let's see what this thing can do, all right? Ronnie, good to finally meet you, man. Congratulations.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Good, hold that. Nice. And smiling, good, 1, 2, 3. So now we are going from City Hall right now. We're heading over to the next location, which is the beach. To say that it's overcast would be an understatement. It's raining right now, but hopefully it opens up a little bit over there. We checked the weather, intermittent raining on and off. So we're gonna see, how much we're able to shoot. We have umbrellas. We're gonna use our shoot-through umbrella because I forgot my, actual umbrella. But at the end of the day, I'd rather break a $30 umbrella or $20 umbrella if you watch the video that we posted, instead of breaking my equipment or, my camera or whatever. So we're gonna keep it minimal as far as our gear, as we usually do. The AD300 did really well. It was, even though I was saying in the beginning, it's probably not we don't need that much power. I ended up using I think 1/4 or 1/2 power in the photo that you guys are seeing right now. Even though it's not super, super bright out, you still need a lot of power in order to make it look like a spotlight, in order to make it look a little bit more dramatic. And so I did have to push it. When we did the blue photo that you're seeing right now by putting a CTO on it, I did actually have to go to about half power because I was shooting, we'll put exactly what the numbers were. So you do need a decent amount of power. So we're gonna use it at the next location. I might put a Ziploc bag over it. I'm pretty sure I have one in the trunk just to be safe in case it starts coming down. Sometimes you have to work with the elements. And so far the AD300 has done a really great job. I did notice the quality of light is a little bit better, even though it's not night and day between that and the AD200. The size of the reflector is about, I think that big. I think it's like a 5-inch reflector. I bought a little one. It's still a bigger head, so to speak, than the AD200, which is just a Fresnel head. So it's bigger than that, it's like twice the size. So it's still gonna be a little bit of a difference. Is it gonna be a difference that most people will notice? Probably not, but I noticed it was a little bit softer. I think so far, it hasn't misfired a single time. It's plenty powerful, and it's not that much bigger than the AD200. That's the biggest takeaway for me, is I didn't want something that was gonna be huge, because as you guys have seen in other videos that I posted, I sold my AD400 because of the size. It was too cumbersome, and the return on investment, if you want to call it that, as far as size versus how much power I'm getting, it wasn't really worth it to me. So the 300 is just slightly bigger than the 200, but gives you, an extra 100 watts of power. So far, I'm happy with the unit. I think it's performing exactly as I expected. So a very successful shoot just now. We finished up at the beach. The AD300 was plenty powerful. There was one time where Alexis was setting up the flash, but I was shooting, even though it's overcast and it looks like it's dark right now, it's actually still really, really bright. So I think I was like at F16. And so I had to get Alexis to put the flash a little bit closer to them, because even at full power, it was a decent amount, but I knew I wanted a little bit more out of it. So we left it in the frame. We're gonna take it out in post. It's not a difficult situation to remove it in post, so we put it in an area where it's gonna be easy. That was about the only time. The rest of the time, it was firing and it was powerful enough. The one thing I did notice, and I'm not exactly sure if it's because I'm using the A7V and the dynamic range on it is a little bit larger than the other camera that I had, the A9, but the A7V, I noticed that with the AD300, the light seemed softer. Like I mentioned before, it is a bigger surface area, but it's not by much, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but something about the light, the quality felt a little softer. It could be because the head is different, obviously, than the AD200, and also because it's bigger with the reflector. So all in all, really happy with the unit. It performed exactly as expected. For someone that has been shooting for a long time, that's all I can really ask for. I don't expect it to shock me and be, surprising. What it did is it worked exactly as expected. The size wasn't that much bigger. It wasn't that much heavier to carry, I would say, Alexis, right? So not too bad as far as weight goes. What we did do is, because it didn't come with any modifiers or anything, we made a super fancy CTO out of nice, quiet CTO paper that I had. I had it for a long time, so we ended up cutting it with the thing that I ordered with the reflector. We just kind of put it around the circumference of that frosted little modifier that it came with. So, it worked out. And I'm gonna, like I said, I ordered the Bowens mount, so I'm gonna attach the Magmod XL and I'm gonna see which one overall makes the most sense for us. But again, all in all, really great unit. I would definitely recommend it. I'll do a little bit more testing in it, but it performed exactly how we expected. We used it in high-speed sync. We used it with the regular reflector. We used it with the CTO. We didn't use it with a grid because we were outside, so we didn't necessarily need to narrow down the beam. We'll probably do that this weekend at the wedding that we're gonna be shooting tomorrow. So stay tuned. We'll expand a little bit more on it in a future video. Again, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment if you guys have any questions, anything you want to mention. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and Happy New Year, because it's the 2nd, so we can still say that. Bye, guys. It's supposed to be intermittent. English is my second language. I'm going to use that one again. So, or Fresnel, right? I think that's how you pronounce it. So it's